Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So I was just in the middle of making a rant type of video. I was going on and on about Saleh, Ulbrich, the defense, just all of the struggles that the Jets had last night. But then I was thinking to myself, you know what? The Jets were just humiliated, absolutely humiliated for the world to see on Thursday Night Football. We still have 2 days, all of today, all of Saturday. People on television are going to be teeing off on this football team, and rightfully so. But in this one, I wanted to kind of shake things up a little bit and just try to get some positivity out there because there were a couple of bright spots. Believe it or not, I know it sounds absolutely nuts. I know you're looking at the title thinking bright spots from last night's game, the game that we gave up 45 points to Carson Wentz on a short week. Yes, there were a couple. Let's not waste time. Let's jump in. So once you start to pull back the layers a little bit, right, the defensive performance, Robert Saleh, the injuries, Jeff Ulbrich, once you take those negatives and put them aside, you'll start to notice a couple positives from last night's game. The first being quarterback play. And yes, I'm talking about both Mike White and Josh Johnson. I thought they both played really, really well. I mean, Mike White, of course, starts the game, and he looked efficient. He was 7 of 11, 95 yards with a touchdown pass, no interceptions. Out of those 11 attempts, he really only had one questionable throw. It was when he was rolling to the bottom of the screen, and it was nearly intercepted. Outside of that pass, though, Mike White, I felt like looked pretty good up until the point where he got hurt. Josh Johnson comes in, the Jets' backup, or, technically the third string quarterback, and he honestly kept us in this football game. He finished 27 of 41, 317 passing yards, 3 touchdown passes with a pick, but that pick came so late. It was at the end of the game. So, I mean, man, when you take a look at the full body of work from both Mike White and Josh Johnson, quarterback play was not the reason why the Jets struggled last night. We took care of the football. We checked it down. We were efficient. We controlled the clock. I mean, you look at the time of possession battle, it was pretty much equal, right? It was typical. It was an average NFL time of possession battle here. I mean, both Johnson and White combined for 412 passing yards, 4 passing touchdowns, 1 interception, and a completion percentage of 65%. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Against a solid Colts defense, tons of playmakers all over the field. Kenny Moore, DeForest Buckner, Darius Leonard, Kwity Paye had a great game. It was a must-win game for the Colts in their house on a short week. And we put up over 400 yards, tons of touchdown passes. Man, I was totally impressed with White. I was totally impressed with Johnson. My hat goes off to the quarterback position. So the second bright spot is that the offensive coordinator, Mike LaFleur, was fantastic. He was fantastic last night. Whether you want to talk about the game plan going in, I mean, the Jets were moving the football all night long. We know why this team lost. Let's be honest. We know why this team lost. It's because the Colts barely punted. Every time Carson Wentz touched the football, he moved downfield. He was efficient. He was putting the ball in play. That Colts offensive line was amazing. Quentin Nelson, Ryan Kelly, Eric Fisher, they did a great job. Jonathan Taylor popped off for over 100. I think he had over 170 rushing yards, multiple touchdowns. Nyheim Hines. We know why the Jets lost. Mike LaFleur and this Jets offense was not the reason why the Jets lost the game last night. Think about it. No starting quarterback, no backup quarterback, no wide receiver 1 in Corey Davis. Tevin Coleman doesn't play. Mekhi Becton doesn't play. We're down a ton of guys, and we still put up 30 points. I love the play calling. I felt like we did a pretty good job of keeping the Colts defense off balance, really utilizing the short passing game. I felt like we had a lot of success in the screen game as well. Ty Johnson, couple of catches, Michael Carter out of the backfield. We're going to get into both of those players in a minute. We were getting our playmakers involved. I felt like the Jets offense was never confused. We never looked like we were in over our head. And look, Mike LaFleur in the box, man, this guy's a completely different guy. I mean, when we take a look at that Bengals game and we take a look at last night's game and we compare that to week 1, week 2, week 3, I mean, it's night and day. It is night and day. Mike LaFleur in the box, man. I'm totally excited to see what this offense can do moving forward. But yeah, as far as last night is concerned, I was impressed with LaFleur. Given the circumstances, understanding all of the adversity that this team had going against them, with the injuries and it being a short week and playing a better team in the Colts and this and that. We talked about it. Mike LaFleur, awesome night. So the third and final bright spot from last night's game was a lot of the young core offensive pieces on this Jets team lit it up. Elijah Moore, 7 catches, 84 yards with 2 touchdown grabs. Easily the best game of Elijah Moore's young career so far, no doubt about it. And of course, there was a lot of hype coming out of Ole Miss, just torching the SEC on a week-to-week basis. He has crazy speed, he can make plays down the field, he can play in the slot, route running ability is there. By the way, he actually did really well in Jets training camp, and the first couple of weeks were honestly pretty disappointing. Just having a hard time getting open, dropped a couple passes, didn't really target him that much, but now it's looking like Elijah Moore is finally coming onto the scene. We're still waiting to see what Elijah Moore's full role in this offense will be, of course, when everybody's back healthy, but a great game nonetheless. Great game. I'm really happy for Elijah. Let's talk about the running back position. Michael Carter and Ty Johnson, both players still found a way to make an impact, even though we had to kind of deviate away from the run game. Why? Because we were down multiple scores so early. Right, we needed a lot of yards. We needed those yards fast. We didn't have the luxury of handing the football off and wasting time and, taking so long to get back to the line of scrimmage and whatnot. We couldn't wear down the Colts defense because we were down. I felt like, every drive the Colts put up points. They hardly punted. So they still found a way to make an impact. 3 catches, not that much, but 3 catches in the pass game for 77 yards. The screen game was working last night. Johnson had 2 catches for 40. Michael Carter had 1 catch for 37. But look, the point is, yes, the Jets lost the game, and yes, we couldn't really run the ball, but these young running backs still found a way to get in there, make some positive plays, and keep offensive drives going. It wasn't just, hey, we're down by multiple scores, we can't run the ball, therefore the running back is just completely ineffective. No, we now are entering that area where the Saints live with Kamara, the Panthers live with Christian McCaffrey, the Chargers with Austin Eckler, where the running back position is never truly counted out. We could be down 14, 17, 21, 28, doesn't matter. You have to take into account the running back position for the New York Jets because these guys can hurt you. It's not a situation where these guys are just one-trick ponies. No, these guys are versatile. They can hurt you in the pass game. They can hurt you between the tackles. They can hurt you outside the tackles. We have bodies. We have fresh legs. We have multiple guys here, multiple young players that can make an impact at the running back position. Moving on to guard, Elijah Vera Tucker. I mean, man, Elijah Vera Tucker has really stepped up his game in the past couple of weeks. There's been some ups and there's been some downs, but for the majority of Elijah Vera Tucker's career so far, I've been pretty satisfied. I think he's, by the way, I actually saw this argument online where it was, was Elijah Vera Tucker worth trading up for and this and that, and how the Jets lost the trade still. I disagree. I think Elijah Vera Tucker was worth it when you look at how bad how badly the Jets needed the guard position. We're seeing what's happening at right guard with Greg Van Roten. Not good at all. Last year we had that. We not only did we just have problems at right guard, but we had problems at center and left guard. Elijah Vera Tucker, for the most part, has alleviated those issues, specifically in the run game. I mean, man, I cannot wait until Mekhi Becton gets back. We can put George Fant and put him at right tackle. Mekhi Becton, Elijah Vera Tucker, and we can just slam Johnson and Carter in the run game behind those guys. And I feel like it's just an automatic gain of 4, automatic gain of 5, and that's just awesome. But no, totally impressed with AVT. Again, Elijah Moore, the quarterback play, Mike LaFleur, the offense wasn't the problem last night, and it's unfortunate to say that. It's unfortunate because week 1, week 2, every week outside of the Bengals game and arguably the Titans game as well, the offense has been putrid. It has been borderline unwatchable, and now we actually have a really good offensive performance and it's wasted because the defense looks like a JV team. So yes, the Jets lost. Yes, it was humiliating and demoralizing and just embarrassing on many fronts. But there were a couple bright spots, and we do have to take what we can from these games to build upon them moving forward. And I will say this. As much as I want this defense to turn it around, and I want to believe in Robert Saleh, I want to believe in Ulbrich, and I do feel like they will turn it around, hopefully sooner rather than later. We got the Bills this upcoming week. The offense seems to have turned the corner. I don't want to jump the gun. I don't want to say, we're on par with the Green Bay Packers, we're on par with the Bills and the Chiefs. Not saying that, but this offense looks like it could be average to above average, and that's saying something given given where this team was, or really this offense was, a couple weeks ago. I mean, I feel like we were literally the worst offense in football, if not the worst, 31st. No better than that. So to see this team put up back-to-back weeks of 400 passing yards with, by the way, backup quarterbacks here, and in last night's game, a third-string quarterback, I definitely feel like that there needs to be that needs to be talked about. That needs to be talked about. So I'll leave it there. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. What are some of the bright spots that you found in last night's game? Something that maybe I didn't mention here. Would love to hear it. Thanks so much, and as always, go Jets.